Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday. I hope your week started off really well. Today, I'm going to talk about Monica. And Monica is a 31-year-old lady. She's got chronic diarrhea, super high health anxiety, extreme fatigue, and extreme weight loss. So I'm Ange Sinclair, and I'm the digestive detective. So when Monica came to see me, she was not in a good place, either physically or mentally. By the time she'd got to me, she was really anxious about her health and what was happening for her. Here she was in her early 30s and supposedly in the prime of her life. And she was having to stay close to the toilet, and so she was tired. She was in bed by about 9 o'clock every day. She felt like she was missing out with her friends and her family. Hi, Deb. And basically she felt like she was missing out on her life because she was really socially isolating, because she no longer felt she could trust her body to behave itself, essentially. So Monica had already had SIBO tests done when she came to me, and she had small amounts of treatment. However, she now felt worse than she did before she started. So I had her start the SIBO biphasic diet pretty much straight away because I think when things are that pear-shaped, it's a really good place to start to get a bit of normality back into your life and a bit of stability, and people with high anxiety really need that. So we did the diet straight away. I also got her taking Saccharomyces boulardii, or SB for short. This is a probiotic, but it's made from a yeast rather than from the normal probiotics. It's not cultured on dairy. It's actually made from the skin of light cheese. And it is priceless for getting diarrhea under control. So I also got her to take a prebiotic, which I love. And the prebiotic I got her to take was PHGG, so partially hydrolyzed guar gum. There is a lot of evidence in this prebiotic fiber in relation to eradicating SIBO, either by itself or with the antibiotic that they use for SIBO generally. It can really improve the efficacy or the efficiency of the antibiotics, and it really cuts down on the relapse rate, because SIBO has a pretty big relapse rate for a lot of people. So this really helps cut down on that. So I thought it was pretty important for her to have those two things. Now, with the anxiety, we didn't really do much at the outset, as I know that once you start to change the gut, her anxiety would change quickly at the same time. So that's why we didn't do anything there. And plus she was so anxious about everything, I didn't want to overwhelm her with stuff. So with the biphasic diet, you restrict all the carbohydrates from fruit and vegetables as well, pretty much. And I call it the no joy diet because it's really no joy. So I try not to keep people on this diet for too long because it does kill bacteria in their large intestines. And Monica was terrific in the fact that she was so creative with the foods she was allowed to eat. She really embraced this way of eating. So her bowel had an almost immediate shift. She went from going to the bathroom 8 to 12 times a day, and within the first 3 to 4 days, she was down at a 6, and then she went down to 4 times a day once she had the entire protocol into place, which is pretty good. And I don't often see results like that, so it was pretty good. After about 2 weeks, we'd completely eliminated the diarrhea. We had her at 2 to 3 bowel movements a day that were pretty regular. She wasn't experiencing that, oh my God, I've got to go to the toilet and I've got to be near one now. So this opened up her world just a little bit. Excuse me. So it just opened up her world a little bit. Her anxiety would cycle on and off. Some days it would be incredibly high. And with those days, we would try and organise an appointment sooner rather than later. At about 6 weeks, we were bringing lots of foods back in because Monica was really underweight as well. She'd had extreme weight loss from the treatment that she started before she saw me. We had to be really careful that she didn't lose more weight. And I was really prescriptive about what she could eat. And we talked on and off every few days to make sure she wasn't losing weight. And what was happening for her. She did start to gain some weight. Normally I get people just to do 3 meals a day because that really helps restore gut function. With Monica, I did break the rules because I'm a rule breaker. I did get her to add snacks in as well, just because she was so underweight. So it's not something that I would normally do for SIBO. So I think this gave her a better capacity for healing, because you need the weight to be able to get better. And so the other thing that we did with Monica was to organise a psychologist to help her get through the fear that and anxiety that she was feeling, because she felt like she wouldn't get better. I mean, she could see she was getting better, but she still didn't believe it. She thought that everywhere she went and everywhere that she would go, she'd always have to take her own food with her, that she couldn't really eat out or do anything like that. So this was just to help her get over that sort of fear. Plus I do recommend that clients go to see a psychologist, especially if there's anxiety around food, because these, if not dealing with these emotions, are really become obstacles to getting better. So it's a good thing to get everything really clear and focused. So at the 12-week mark, Monica felt like her energy was an 8 out of 10 from a 0 out of 10. So that's pretty good. She was pretty pleased about that. Her bowel was now regular, so she was going twice a day. And I was pretty happy about that. Her anxiety still wasn't completely cleared, but she had definitely made a lot of progress. So she was going to continue seeing the psychologist, as well as doing the other things that we had done. And we'd also now given her a herbal mix for the anxiety to see if that would help her along, because she'd come off a lot of the supplements and doing all those things. So if you're suffering from symptoms like Monica, these are classic SIBO symptoms too, by the way. Book in for a free 15-minute and I'll give you a full detailed action plan of what you need to do next to get feeling better. So for those of you on Facebook, the link is above this video. Those of you on Instagram, it's in the bio, and those of you on LinkedIn, it's in the comments. So have a fantastic day, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye.